Welcome back to the TimmyB tournament, week 1, right here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show. Mr. Brick Hardcastle commentating with me. Good afternoon once again, Brick.
Good afternoon, sir, or good evening from this side of the Atlantic. Well, here we go. Yet another great matchup, I think, in the tubes here. The legendary TimmyB on the red team with our good casting buddy, Abby the Rat, known for her clan corners, and another caster, Imagine of Merry Men, is piloting Invaders Must Die, a very interesting team for the red team.
Mm-hmm. That's the Merry Flying Mongooses. I should have guessed. Over on the blue side of things, we have first up Dopping, then Life After Love, and then at the very bottom, Thrallicious, which is missing its cap. Oh, there's Mad Aloud.
There we go.
Alrighty. Whew, that is an all former Gens team. Gino, Alistair, and Mad Aloud all used to be Gens. All right, thank you. Oh, I forgot about that entirely. Folks, we are turning on the vote system now. So you can type in chat !team vote space blue or !team vote space red for which team you think is going to win this game. We decided that since this isn't a super serious tournament, this is more for the community to really get to know each other better and to enjoy themselves. We wanted to turn the vote system on so you guys can have a little fun with it too. Which team do you think is going to win? !team vote space blue or team vote space red. And then in the video, you will see your votes count up in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen on our little Steam gauge. Look at that. That is fancy. Woo!
Yes.
And it looks very one-sided right now.
Oh my, people like blue team on this one. Which is that? That is Thrallicious, Life After Love, and Dopping over there.
Interesting. You see, I mean, you got quite a formidable player, of course, there in TimmyB on the Paul McQuackney. However, Fiasco Total, very formidable as well. I guess people must feel that Orangey and NH Barrett are the ones who are going to tip it either way, I guess.
Well, I've had the opportunity to fly with both Orangey and Fiasco Total before, and I don't think I've flown when Barrett was piloting, but while he was crewing, a very competent individual as well. I wouldn't want to fly against them myself. Very, very competent people. On the red side of things, though, Imagine, very experienced pilot. Abby the Rat, a frightening pilot. Flying against Abby usually means you're going to have your face in the dirt most of the time.
Well, I wouldn't call Imagine a very experienced pilot.
Oh, no. He is a true veteran.
He's a veteran, but I wouldn't say he's a Fiasco Total or a TimmyB.
No, that's true.
Let's be honest here.
I didn't know Sammy was flying galleons now. He's flying.
Yes, that surprised me as well. I mean, TimmyB, I've never seen him fly anything other than a junker, and he's pulling out a galleon.
He's flying a meta galleon too, with the long range left, short range right, and a flare on the back. I mean, this is a very standardized galleon build that's good at a lot of support roles. My only big concern, at least in this situation, is that they really only have one ship designed to, keep the enemy busy and keep the focus on them. The Paul McQuackney is great, but the galleon is a support ship. The Flying Poke, again, while a flak spire can be really useful, especially in 3v3s, it simply isn't designed to take fire at all, ever. Unless you're the Thralls, in which somehow you magically get double the armor. I still want to know how they do that. I would like them to share their secrets. On the other side of things, though, you have both a Pyramidion designed to brawl the crap out of you and a Goldfish that will continuously and quite effectively disable you if they can keep the Hwacha shots on target. So
I have to say that there is definitely more kind of consistency in builds on the blue team. They're just all out balls to the wall brawling. Whereas on the red team, it's kind of a mix between kind of sniping and a blender fish. Yeah, and not just sniping, but kind of, sort of heavy gun sniping, flak, lumberjack sniping, and which is significantly harder than, mercs and arts. I mean, it's gonna. I can see why the community feels the way it does, because I'm just gonna find it hard to really visualize how it's gonna work.
Oh dear! Unfortunately, Imagine 42 had heard you speaking bad about him, Brick, and he has said that you are a duty head in chat.
Oh well, I wasn't speaking bad about you, mate. I'm just saying you're not really a famous pilot yet.
On the positive side of things, Jub actually tried to vote for Team Imagine 42. Just a team vote for Red will do there, Jub. Let us go ahead and close up the vote and see which team
the final tally for the vote is 7 for red, or for blue, 3 for red.
Not many people think Red's going to pull this one out. Not many people. So we'll see if you guys are right. 70% of the audience, as Radbot just reported, sided with the blue team in this situation. We'll see if you guys are right. Again, we are going to be on Fight Over Fernfeld. Actually, while I'm thinking about it here, since Imagine is Imagine's not listening anymore. Darn it. Tomorrow. He might have said something.
Yeah.
It's been a busy day. We're missing Orangey now. Did Orangey? Oh goodness, Orangey just got disconnected. Not good. Not good.
Yeah, this does not augur well. So
poor timing.
Yes. Also, interestingly, Genocide and Alistair McBain on the Glowwater carrying this Glowwater Thralls tag. Did they change?
Yeah, they've all joined Glowwater Thralls.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll investigate that story later. We'll get our people on it, so to speak.
We'll get our reporters moving right away.
Yeah, they'll put their caps with their visors on, get their giant oversized cameras out, and they'll get on it.
When you said caps, I thought you were referring to Fallout.
Okay.
That's probably not healthy.
No, I think you've been playing a bit too much Fallout, mate. I
haven't played Fallout in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 whole weeks. Bloody hell. Well, that's oh dear. Better get back in there, mate.
It's playing through the DLCs.
Of course.
We're still waiting on Orangey to come back. Hopefully he comes back.
Meantime, Fox P.
Fox, he is that is Fox from Cake. Because everyone was saying Q Fox P instead of Fox, decided to change his name.
I mean, I always called him Quafoxpa. I always thought that was how you said it.
He was not into changing his name to that.
I see. Fair enough. Anyway, yes. Q Fox P.
Q Fox P. Still waiting on the last Cake member, Orangey, to reconnect for the squid there.
Mm-hmm.
This is not
seeing that squid.
You really like squids for some reason.
I enjoy squids. I think they're fun. Definitely.
You and Morty both worry me. You both. Morty flies a squid all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me worry for his sanity.
Well, I think every time you fly a squid, a little bit more of your sanity is chipped away until you don't even realize this anymore. Hey! In any event, some of us are just past that point to this stage. And it looks like Quafoxpa is thinking, okay, screw it. Maybe I'll just pilot myself. He switched to the piloting class.
This is not totally abnormal. Fox is a very experienced pilot.
Oh, definitely.
Almost as experienced as Imagine.
He's significantly more experienced than Imagine.
No, not quite. We are not going to count the amount of games each person has played. That would not be fair to Imagine. No, we're not going to count.
Okay.
Orangey still... Oh, Orangey is logging back in. We just got confirmation that he is getting back into Guns of Icarus. We will be starting here very shortly.
Yes,
Very shortly.
Quafoxper, definitely a experienced pilot, definitely a skilled pilot.
Yeah, himself and Melon McCrabernathy were our pilots for the Hephaestus Challenge. And they did a very good job. I really commendations to them, at least from the internal Cake members who really enjoyed flying with them for that challenge. That was fun.
Yes. Played 2 games against Cake during the Hephaestus Challenge. Lost 1, won 1. Both games very close, very good. Definitely I can attest to the skill of Quafoxper and Melon.
Wait, those were essentially back-to-back weeks, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
That was week 8, and then the silver league.
Yes, indeed it was. Indeed.
It was you guys who dropped us into silver from gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we dragged you down, but then you
and then we fought our way through it.
Yes. And yeah, after that, we were just like, okay, you guys got to win now. Have fun.
Mm-hmm. Orangey is back.
Excellent, brilliant. We can get down to this.
Whew. Again, thank you everyone for joining us here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show. As a reminder, you will be able to find every single game of the TimmyB tournament here on this stream, but not necessarily the same voices. Again, next week we might have a certain other individual casting with Brick, and then we'll swing other individuals in, such as Imagine, Oracle, others who don't always get to cast some of the big stuff. Definitely want to spread the awareness as we get into the fall season of all the different streams and content producers we have available, especially in the esports side of things. And we feel the best way to do that is to get them on the air, get them doing something.
Yes, we are diversifying our content provision in innovative fashions. If we can sound as much as possible like a board meeting.
I just realized how sad I was sounding there. Wow. Thank you for bringing me back to reality.
Yeah, there we go. Keep it real. Keep it real, Lito. Remember, you come from the streets, all right? Never forget that.
Do?
You do? Yes, you do.
I don't come from the streets. I come from the cornfields.
I see. Oh, you come from the cornfields.
The middle of nowhere is where I originate from.
Yep. Your parents were buckwheat farmers. Your grandparents before that. All the way since you got off the Mayflower. Remember your roots, all right? That's what I'm saying.
If I'm remembering my roots, I need to take all the tea I have in the kitchen and dump it into the river.
That would be a bit unfair, I feel. Just because we choose to apply a reasonable amount of taxation, that does not mean you have to act like ruffians.
I think it is. But notwithstanding, we are getting into game here. Sammy is the only one not ready. So hopefully that will not deter us from a start here in 10 seconds. The map, if we are so inclined, is Fight Over Fernfeld. It's a large map with 2 massive mountain ridges and a large spire as well that people can use for extreme amounts of cover. We're talking about map-sized cover that you have to go around just to get into arcs of people. It's also a very big map with a tall, high flight ceiling. Sniping is a common occurrence here.
Last time we saw a 3v3 deathmatch on this match in competitive play was during the Hemlock Rakefer tournament. It was in the finals, the Merry Frauds versus Polaris. That match went on over an hour. Yes, they ended up in those bottlenecks, just kind of sniping at each other before they just finally charged each other at the end. Hopefully, we won't see something similar in this instance.
The time limits put in place for this tournament will keep that from happening. Thank goodness. We have, first up, the Paul McQuackney, piloted by Sammy BT. On the right-hand side, we have Karanate Watcha. Left-hand side, Lumberjack. You can hear those shots firing with a flak cannon, a heavy flak, and a Hades with a flare on the back. We also have the Flying piloted by Abby the Rat. It's a Spire with a front flak, Hades, Mine Launcher, and Mercury for support. And lastly, for the red side of things, we have the When I Look at You, flown by Imagine. It is a goldfish with a heavy carronade on the front, flamer, and carronade on the side for support. Go ahead, Brick.
Okay, on the Shell Duct, piloted by NH Barrett, we have a Gat Mortar front. We have a carronade, flare side. And on the Life After Love, Do You Believe in It? We have, piloted by Quafoxpa, we have a front carronade, we have a side flame, and a rear carronade. And finally, getting hit already is the Dry Impregnation, piloted by Fiasco Total. We have a Lumberjack on the front, a Hades on the front, a Flak on the side, and a Flare Gun.
Taking some hits there. I'm just going to call that the Dry.
Let me finish the loadouts, man. Calm down.
Whew.
Oh, dear.
The game, they didn't want you to get to finish the loadouts.
No, they didn't.
They were eager to get shots in. The Flying Poke and the Palm of Quackney really focusing that firepower on whichever ship seems to pop its head out. When I look at you, the Blenderfish flown by Imagine, it's holding back. It's just waiting for a ship to overextend and ambush it within arcs of both the Galleon and the long-range Spire. Life After Love, what are you doing? Are they going around south?
I think he's going for a big flank, even though he's spotted, but he'll drop those spots pretty soon, and there we have it. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier, this big bottleneck in the middle. Just the first person to stick their neck out is probably going to get their head shot off. However, Life After Love attempted to make something happen here. I think this could be a huge risk because Life After Love could just get triple focused.
Yeah, look at When I Look at You. Look at When I Look at You. That doesn't sound right.
He is.
They know what's going on.
Yeah, they realize what's going on here. They're sticking their heads out, checking over in that direction. Life After Love has been spotted. The jig is up. Come out with your hands up. Life After Love.
Look at this pressure, though, on the Flying Poke. The Dry and the Shell Duck both getting great shots on the Flying Poke, forcing it downwards and backwards. And it looks like Palma Quackney might be the sole bearer of that mid-lane pressure coming in from the Dry and the Shell Duck.
Yes, Paul McQuackney providing a great deal of the talent and inspiration for the group.
Wow. Whoa. Shots fired.
When I look at you, perhaps the Ringo of the team. I'm sorry. Imagine,
you realize that's Imagine on that ship, right?
I love you, Imagine. I'm sorry. Oh, and Dry Impregnation getting hit quite a lot here. Already taking some... Oh, my goodness! Look at that!
What happened? Was that flak shot?
Oh, that is the power of, the Duck Galleon gunning. Back in the days of the paddling, that Galleon gunning for the Ducks was legendary, and I see it's just the same here.
That was glorious. Instant replay there, by the way. Thank you to Rob for that excellent instant replay system that we have worked out. 1-0 in favor of the red team. It looks like the red team, too, just content to sit back and wait for the blue team to try something funny.
Ah, yes, indeed. Tanya Finole here saying, Mom, look, I hit with flak. Definitely did.
I couldn't tell.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
Dry Impregnation. I can't stand that. Oh, my goodness.
It's a bit weird. I've heard worse, but it's a little bit dodgy.
Dry is coming around the north side. In any other situation, I would say, yes, go for it. But this is a Spire trying to get a flank.
Yes, a long-range Spire trying to get a flank here.
Now, as a reminder, the front gun, the heavy gun.
Oh, look at this.
That's a lumberjack on the front. Now,
go on.
You can get some shots in on the When I Look at You. They could ground him out, but those shots are just not happening quite yet. When I Look at You is still in the air, balloon is low, but it is not out of the picture just yet. Dry Impregnation is having its balloon hit. Balloon does finally go down on the When I Look at You, but it's not stopping them.
Oh dear. Dry Impregnation here. I feel he's gone for it here, but I think it's not going to pay off. When I Look at You has closed the distance. I think it's got almost inside that arming time. Yep, I think he's in safely within that arming time now. Now, When I Look at You can just blend down the Dry Impregnation to its heart's content. However, the Flying Poke taking serious damage.
Whoa, hey! Blue team using this opportunity to get right in here, hitting the Flying Poke from all angles. They take it out. Shelduck and Life After Love getting a solid kill on that long-range Spire.
Man.
Paul McQuackney is alone, and that's the last thing a Galleon wants to be.
Now, red team, they just thought they'd go for Dry Impregnation. They thought they'd just charge him, but in the process, they got so over the top, they left the Flying Poke behind.
Yeah, and now When I Look at You is turned away.
Oh no!
Spire, not what they needed.
I disagree with this choice. Imagine.
This is a very bad situation. You never want to turn and run away from a Lumber Spire. That Lumberjack will keep you on the ground all day, especially at the mid-ranges we're talking about right now. That Hades 2 will keep the engine column burning. And
the Gatling coming down to strip the armor of When I Look at You. A few mortars hooking in here. Oh, and the Lumberjack.
This is just, imagine really should have just stayed on that Spire, hitting it, taking it out. Then it could come an assist.
He made a commitment, and I think he should have stuck to it. But when
I agree,
look at
100%.
When I Look at You, he's barely alive, but for no longer. Life After Love kept that Galleon suppressed. Just excellent disable squid play, very fundamental. And now the Shelduck double teaming the Paul McCartney with the Life After Love. And now the Hades coming in for the Dry Impregnation. Paul McCartney's taking an incredible amount of damage. Paul McCartney's alive and well. Don't worry, folks. But Paul McCartney's in terrible trouble.
The Shelduck did go down there, and Barrett getting ripped apart by the Paul McQuackney's heavy carronade. Watcher shots, I believe, were a part of that as well. Paul McQuackney, though, that flamethrower is just too much pressure for them to handle right now. Flying Poke also down in the ground thanks to the Lumberjack on that Spire. When I Look at You is coming back in, but the Lumberjack's on them as well. Okay, so pausing for a moment here. While When I Look at You is going down, the Lumberjack shots from the Glowwater Thralls team here have been on point.
Oof.
Look at that.
I agree. I don't think I've seen a single Lumberjack miss yet. When I Look at You is just getting absolutely wrecked.
Those Hades shots, perfect. The Lumberjack shots, perfect. Look at those. When I Look at You isn't going anywhere. It is ground out in a very permanent manner. Life After Love coming in. Oh, no, the Dry Impregnation did get the kill. Life After Love tried.
Oh, look at Shelduck going in for a ram on the Paul McQuackney. Just going balls to the wall here on the Paul McQuackney. Arms down on the Paul McQuackney. Oh, mortars coming in. Dry Impregnation helping out. Oh, this is going catastrophically wrong for the red team.
This is insane. Blue team has marched right into red spawn.
Oh, look at look at this respawn by When I Look at You. Look at that.
No.
The timing.
I think Imagine thought they were going to live a little bit. I think I thought the Galleon was going to live just a little bit longer. I understand why they wanted to go there. They could support the Galleon. At that point, the Galleon would be a lot more effective. But in this situation, with the kill power that the Shelduck and the Dry Impregnation have, it was just too much. Paul McQuackney coming back in, but this is a meat grind.
Oh, this is the very definition of meat grind, unfortunately. And that's saying nothing bad about the players. I mean, I just feel these guys are not experienced working together, and that may be affecting their teamwork here. And now Shelduck's coming in on the Paul McQuackney. Just one more kill for the blue team will win it.
It might be the Flying Poke. Life After Love has the distinct advantage on the Spire. Spire cannot fight off this close range squid. The
Flying Poke's about to go down. There we go.
Great kill there. Oh my goodness. Blue team absolutely marched into this. Chat room, you were right. They got it right on this one. Blue team marched into red team spawn, controlled the engagements, really played off just a scant few poor choices that the red team captains made, specifically with spawning in and positioning. I think the fight would have gone very differently had Imagine continued to pressure that Spire and then take it out. But beyond that, a very close match.
I mean, just sort of very more complementary builds just overall on the blue team. Definitely. Just overall a more maneuverable, more cohesive team.
Amazing job by all players. Thank you once again, everyone who showed up for this game. All teams involved did a great job. We will see all these folks next week for the next week of TimmyB fights, of TimmyB tournament action. We're going to go to a quick timeout so we can get the third of 3 lobbies today set up and good to go. Thank you for joining us here, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the TimmyB tournament week 1 right here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show.